The doll lay hidden under the dirt in the garden, part of its head exposed and facing her, as though it had been waiting for Aria to rescue it from the garden bed. Even from a distance, Aria could see that its eyes were the same color as hers. She lay on her stomach and reached out an arm for it, but the doll was too far away. Aria was small for her age. Any other 5-year-old girl would have been able to reach the doll, she thought. She looked down at herself. The dress her father had given her last month had already turned gray. She was making it worse now, crawling through the dirt. She'd be in trouble. One of the doll's eyelids was half closed, but it opened when Aria at last grasped and shook the wooden body. She winked back at it. Then she crawled back out of the dirt, holding the doll to her chest. She stood on her tiptoes and peeked in through the window that overlooked the garden. Zahra was inside somewhere, and if she found Aria like this, she would do mean things to her again. Her father had been away for a week, working in the barracks and military camps. This meant Zahra would feed her only once a day, because a little girl like Aria deserved nothing more. Sometimes, Aria would swipe Zahra's food from the table when Zahra wasn't looking. Aria skipped around the courtyard, clutching the doll in her hand. She leapt over imaginary canyons that opened in the cracks of the cobblestones. When fire burst up to the rim of the canyons, she jumped high. Then she ran to the courtyard's fountain for a drink. The cement basin around the fountain was small, and she liked to play inside it on hot summer days. But the neighbors, who took turns washing their dishes in the basin, disapproved. And when Zahra had found out, she'd given Aria a few good beatings to set her straight. Today she had another mission, cleaning her new doll. She pretended her Bobo had got it for her. She didn't call him Bubba the way other children did their fathers. She knelt against the basin, removed the doll's dirty dress, and dipped it into the water. It soaked a good while as Aria ran her fingers through the doll's matted hair. When she was done, she wiped the doll clean with the front of her own dress, the least dirty part. Then she picked up the doll's dress. There were flower petals along the creases. She rubbed the fabric of the dress against itself like she'd seen Zahra do whenever she washed their clothes. Once the dress was clean, she clothed the doll and laid it carefully on the grass beneath the basin to dry. Then she lay down beside it and fell asleep. Under the sun, she dreamt of a woman who told her how lucky she'd been to find the doll, and that she should forget about hunger if she wanted to be a good warrior. She slept deeply and dreamed of other things too, such as lions in the desert and nomads on the mountain. When Zahra pulled her hair, Aria awoke, too shocked to cry. Zahra smacked Aria's face with the back of her hand, knowing that inflicted the most hurt. Blood dripped from a cut on Aria's cheek, left by Zahra's wedding ring. Across the courtyard, a neighbor, Mr. Jahanpour, watched from his balcony. He went inside, slamming the door behind him, then came back out with a megaphone. Madam, please, this isn't godly. I advise you not to. Mind your own business, you shit of a man, Zahra shouted. Mr. Jahanpour tried again, the megaphone blasting his voice. Madam, all this is really not the right way to go about things. Zahra stopped her blows. Listen, Mr. Savior. She's my shit of a daughter. I do what I want with her. Madam, I told you last time to control your temper on the girl. She was only playing. I was watching. So you're as much a pervert as you are an idiot, Zahra said. Put that thing away. Why have the whole neighborhood hear you? Mr. Jahanpour stood silently as Zahra pulled Aria into the house, the little girl kicking at the air in protest. Go to the balcony, said Zahra, and shoved Aria there. No breakfast, no lunch, nothing for you. I don't want to eat anything anyway, Aria shouted. Zahra clicked the lock to the balcony door. From where she was now, Aria could see Mr. Jahanpour in the courtyard, kneeling beside the garden where she'd been playing only moments before. His arms were behind his back and he was peering at the bed of reeds. Then he looked up at Aria's apartment. "We share this space, stupid woman," he said. "It doesn't belong only to you." He bent down and pulled out a reed, and now Aria could see that Mr. Jahanpour's son stood behind him. The boy lingered around his father, then strolled over to the basin and the patch of grass where Aria had left her doll. He grabbed the doll and ran inside. His father followed. "Tell him to give me my doll back," Aria yelled after Mr. Jahanpour. But he did not answer.